What's going on, everybody? It's the Bull Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about another trade prospect or free agency prospect, I guess you could say, in relation to this player, and his name is PJ Tucker. The rumors are that he looks to be exploring and testing free agency in this offseason, and the Chicago Bulls appear to be one of the teams that seems to be very interested in PJ Tucker. I want to talk about the likelihood of this happening and whether or not the Chicago Bulls could get this over the line, what obviously he would bring to this Chicago Bulls team. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show. Turn notifications on and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about PJ Tucker and the likelihood of him coming to the Chicago Bulls team. Is it a high possibility that we could get this deal over the line? Is it somewhat of a low possibility, because I'm sure there are a lot of teams that are going to be interested in PJ Tucker as well. He is a very unique player, and in my opinion, he's one of those guys very similar to a Jay Crowder type player, a glue guy, a connector, a defensive anchor, a leader in many ways as well. He might not be the best player on your team, and I know for a fact that coming to this Chicago Bulls team, he will not be our best player, but he might be just as important as some of our best players with what he's able to do on the defensive and offensive end. I think he's a very good two-way player. Looking at his season stats, a very durable 71 games played this season, and he averaged 7.6 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, shooting 48.4% from the field and 41.5% from the three-point line. So there are a couple of things that excels there in my opinion. Obviously, for a guy that is known as a forward, mainly a power forward, could potentially play as a small ball center. 2.1 assists in my opinion is a fantastic return, a decent playmaker in my eyes. 41.5% from the three-point line, fantastic to see with 7.6 points per game. Defensively, he is as strong as it comes in my opinion, and he's a very, very, very valuable player for any team that decides to pick him up. There are a couple of downsides to him. Obviously, first things first is probably his age. He's very, very old in terms of the NBA. He's not old as a person, but in terms of the NBA, he is relatively old. But again, I feel like this is going to be the type of situation where he's had for the most of his career at this point. It's going to be a short-term deal, whoever signs PJ Tucker. But whoever does sign PJ Tucker, short-term deal, short-term type of player, but will excel in most systems, will excel as a player on your team, in my opinion. I feel like most teams he has gone to has been extremely successful, and he's a big part of that. Again, he's the connector in my eyes. That's what I like to call these types of players. He has an absolute strong mentality, and he's a very physical player. A lot of people say that dog in him, and honestly, I can see that in PJ Tucker. I think he's one of those players. Now, those are the positives, those are the negatives. I really feel like the only big negative towards PJ Tucker is his age. And there are a couple of reasons why I feel like this could potentially be a good deal for the Chicago Bulls. Obviously, if he wants to come to Chicago, I'm sure we have the money if we really wanted to go and get PJ Tucker. But the question is, can this actually get done? Can this actually get over the line? Because the biggest worry with PJ Tucker is that there are going to be a bunch of other teams, especially contending teams, that want PJ Tucker on their team. It's as simple as that. I can guarantee you will see some of the best teams looking for PJ Tucker's signature next season. It's as simple as that. We are obviously in the fray, and I'd love the fact to get PJ Tucker. I'd love the fact that we're in the conversation to get PJ Tucker, but we've got to be realistic as well. We are not the only suitors available to PJ Tucker. So many teams, good, quality NBA teams, championship-ready NBA teams will want PJ Tucker there. So he has a decision to make as to whether or not he sees the Chicago Bulls with him on the team as a championship-ready team. If he feels that way, then we have just as good of a chance, in my opinion, as anybody else. But if he doesn't feel like we're really ready to be a championship team at 36 years of age, I'm not sure if he's going to see us as a top priority, in all honesty. That's the biggest question. That's the biggest takeaway. Because reality is, as a player, I think he'd fit us perfectly. I think he fits into that kind of small ball lineup that we like to play. He excels at the corner threes, which is exactly where he's going to be on this Chicago Bulls team. Defensively, I feel like you could put him on a very good big man and he would still excel. Again, he's guarded really strong players like Kevin Durant over the course of 2 years, multiple years really, at the NBA level. He's always going to be a reliable player for you. It is a bit short term, but at the end of the day, I think many teams would be willing to take that risk and make a short-term signing that will excel for this next season. And the Bulls should be one of those teams as well. The question is, how can we actually get this done? I do think we could and should have enough money to sign PJ Tucker. My only real query with this is a lot of people are saying we should be trading Patrick Williams and signing PJ Tucker. Now, again, I know many people will know my predicament on Patrick Williams. I want Patrick Williams on this Chicago Bulls team. And at the end of the day, I do not find PJ Tucker a suitable replacement for Patrick Williams. They're both at different spectrums of their NBA career. Patrick Williams is a young, upcoming player that does have a lot to learn. Obviously, I don't think is as good as PJ Tucker on the defensive end and has a lot of room to improve. PJ Tucker is leaning towards the end of his career, probably can still play a few years at the NBA level with how he's able to play, but at the same time, 36 years old, not exactly a really reliable, I guess, long-term player. So I still feel like trading Patrick Williams and then signing PJ Tucker is still very short-term in my opinion. But again, it all comes down to whether or not AK and the front office really sees value in this short-term, I guess, assignment. And if that's the case, then I could see this being a possibility. But overall, I do feel like it's extremely unlikely that we're going to get PJ Tucker. But once again, I do love the fact that the Bulls are interested. And at the end of the day, I've seen the Bulls do some very surprising deals and some deals that were very unexpected. And if PJ Tucker comes to this Chicago Bulls team, I'll be more than happy to welcome him with open arms because I know what he brings and I know he fits a lot of what we need. He ticks a lot of boxes to what we need. And I'm very excited about that. I just don't feel like trading Patrick Williams to kind of get PJ Tucker is the right solution. And I've heard a couple of people say that. I just don't think that's the right solution for us. I think having them both on the same team together could help. Obviously, that Patrick Williams type of trade would end up, I assume, to go to Rudy Gobert, pull Patrick with Vucevic to get Rudy Gobert and then sign PJ Tucker. Which again, it's not dumb to say that. I'm not saying it's stupid. I just don't personally agree with it. That's my honest opinion on this situation. So that's why I find this extremely unlikely. Again, a lot of teams are going to be open to signing PJ Tucker. We will not be the only competition there, which instantly becomes, I guess, very unlikely for us to get him. But also, if we are a championship-ready team next season, I think he would consider us, but that's down to him. And personally, at this point in time, I'm not too sure if we are a championship contending team, which is why I'm not sure if PJ Tucker would consider us as a top priority in terms of what he wants out of his NBA career. But at the end of the day, I could be wrong, I could be right. We'll wait and see. I'm happy that we're interested in PJ Tucker, and I hope down the line, if we keep looking at players like this, eventually we'll get our connector, we'll get our glue guy, we'll get our dog-type player. I think we already have one in Caruso, to be honest, but you can always have more than one. You can always have more of one of those glue guys that makes everything fit, makes everything make sense. And I hope PJ Tucker could be that player for us, but even if he isn't, I hope we keep looking at players like PJ Tucker in the future so we can try and find that type of player for us. That's really one of those key aspects I think we need in the long term. Hopefully Patrick Williams could be that type of player for us as well. Obviously, we don't think that of him yet, but maybe that could be where his potential is also. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments below what you like and not like about PJ Tucker. I honestly don't see too many negatives to this type of player. I think if we could keep Patrick Williams and bring in PJ Tucker, what an incredibly, I guess, defensive-minded team we could potentially have next season. So let's wait and see how that can go. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.